So first impressions, walking up to the CX-90, it's absolutely massive. It's massive. It's so big compared to a CX-9 and obviously the CX-5 or CX-50. It's absolutely massive with these 21-inch wheels. These door panels are huge. It's, you know, getting it on camera doesn't do justice. Really seeing it live is just, it's amazing. The way the back is done over here, 21-inch, these door panels, it's massive. It's massive. It's definitely bigger than the Infinity. At least it looks bigger. Whether it measures up or not, I can't tell you yet, but physically looking, and especially over here with this inline 6, you can see over here, this whole fender is just super long. So it gives you, you know, they're saying it, all those reviewers out there, you guys are all saying it's that, you know, inline 6 rear bias, all-wheel drive look. It definitely has that look. To me, this looks like a BMW X5/X7, just a little bit more rounded. They did a great job, really a phenomenal job on the exterior, phenomenal job on the interior. Let's see how she drives. That's really what's gonna make all the difference. But so far, so good. I can't complain on the design language, the look. I know some people complain about this rear end, it's a bit bulbous, but it looks good. It suits it just fine. The back of it looks phenomenal. This is gonna be an absolute home run for Mazda. This is gonna bring Mazda to the next level, a little bit premium. They're going up brand with this model, and they deserve really great praise for it because it's fantastic. I used to have a CX-9. I love that car. I thought it was great. I've had BMWs, I have an Audi, and this is just, it plays in the same, you know, at the same level as the Germans. I'm telling you, it's really great for the price here in Canada. This model is a signature, so it's the top of the line, 6-passenger layout. It's about $65,000. It's the most expensive Mazda ever, but I think it's worth it. It's worth it for someone who wants a 3-row SUV and wants something with size, but also luxury and class. And that's what this is exuding, is luxury and class. So you feel good behind the wheel, holding on to that beautiful steering wheel and just feeling the materials on the inside. Really like it, can't say anything bad about it. So far, so good. So here in the driver's seat, you can take a look down the middle, second row, third row. You have a nice gauge cluster. The CX-90 is kind of pulsating in there. Huge screen. All the buttons feel really nice. The gear shifter, all the materials feel really great. So I can't say anything bad about that. It's great. It looks really good. The steering wheel looks good. It's a very nicely finished interior. I don't have the keys yet, so I can't start it, but we are going to go for a test drive. My dealer, which is Mazda Gabriel in Montreal, Canada, on St. Jack Street, they just called me telling me that they just got it in today. So I'm one of the first to actually see the CX-90 in Montreal, because they basically are releasing them all at the same time. I guess whether it's in the province of Quebec or across Canada today, from what they told me, and I came right away to take a look. The dash is really nice. This detail here is incredible. All this little finishing, it really looks incredible. I cannot complain about it. Really high end. So next, we'll definitely go for a test drive when the keys get here. So in the second row of the CX-90, there's lots of room. There's the third row back there. Obviously the car isn't prepped yet, but I sit really nice. Got plenty of room for my feet. And it kind of has that theater seating, so I feel like I'm higher than the front seat. And I'll tell you, the view from here is unbelievable. It's a really nicely finished interior. These door panels are really phenomenal. You have this wood, this aluminum trim. I'm not sure if it's actually, not, it seems like it's plastic, not aluminum, but it looks like aluminum. You got this material here. No, it's really nicely finished. Can't say anything negative about that. We have a nice big panoramic roof, so this is where it ends, and it goes all the way to the front. The front looks really nice as well, so I'll show you guys that in a minute. So it's a nice place to be in the second row of the CX-90. Now this is a Canadian model, signature model, so you do have the armrest here that cannot be removed. You do have some climate control over here, your USB-C plugs, cup holders. These guys have the double split, so that opens up. Seats are really nice. Yeah, overall it's a great impression. You have little map lights over here. Here you can hang your dry cleaning. So overall, I like it. It's really nice. All right, so here we're in the back, third row of the CX-90. This is the 2024 CX-90. It hasn't had its prep yet, but I'm just seeing for size. Definitely more room than a CX-9, but foot room, it's very short. So just to show you, it's hard to see, but my feet have to fit between these tracks, and they don't fit side by side. And if I bring the seat back, there'll be no room. So even though there's more shoulder room, the car's bigger, lots of headroom in the back. I'm 5'11", no issues for headroom. The only issue is that the feet, it's a bit tight for the feet. So finally got to start up this bad boy. It actually doesn't make too much noise. It's super smooth, and the first thing I noticed just moving it in the parking lot is the turning radius. It's unbelievable how sharp the steering wheel turns, and for such a long car, it has such a short turning radius. So I'm really impressed with that. Here we have the digital dash, which is really nice, very premium looking. And I got a special guest for us today. We got Arnaud from Mazda. He is awesome. Really good guy, and if you're gonna buy a Mazda here in Montreal, you gotta come and see Arnaud. He's the guy I only deal with, right?
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, good stuff. So a couple of really cool observations here with the CX-90 is that first, you have an electric steering wheel that you can telescopic in and out and move up and down, which is very cool. Here are the gauges, so if you actually switch the drive modes, let's say this is normal, and there you go. You see, so it switches the gauges. If we go to off-road, and there you go. They have a little bit more off-roady. Oh, that's cool. It shows the position of the vehicle. That's nice. And then we go to sport. And here, there's this little thing behind the screen which will actually scan the driver, and it'll give you your optimal seating position. And I will tell you right away, there is a huge difference with the seats in this car versus the CX-9. For those of you who've driven a CX-9, the front of the seat kind of had a tilt downward, so it kind of feels like you're sliding off the seat. Whereas now the CX-90, you can actually tilt the front part of the seat up and the back part down, so you feel more planted in the seat. So it's really great. You have your frameless mirror with your 3 home link buttons. You have here to put your sunglasses, your map lights, and all that kind of good stuff. But this is really the nicest design. This fabric on the top of the dash, and I love the climate control. You have air conditioned seats, heated steering wheel, and I'm guessing that the heated steering wheel is only the sides, not full heated steering wheel.
That's a very good question.
Yeah,
yet to test it out.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I believe it's just the sides. Mazda has a tendency of doing that. I guess they want to keep the driver's hands at the 10-2 position. Right now it's a hot sunny day, so the top of the steering wheel does feel hot. It's just because of the sun. And it's a really nice steering wheel. Look at this beautiful stitching. I love the way the buttons are done. You know, real buttons, none of that haptic button garbage. And the airbag, it actually feels like it's wrapped in leather. Not rubber, but leather. Whether it is or not, I don't know, but it feels like it's wrapped in leather. And I love this two-step steering wheel, which is very Bentley-ish, you know, very high-end. And if this was in a two-tone, I believe the tan interior, you get this with the tan and then the black on the outside. So looks really good. So we're here behind the wheel driving it. So it's super smooth. It's very quiet, but it's stiff, meaning the steering wheel has a stiff feel to it, but comfortable. And the suspension, it's very comfortable. And if we just give it a little bit of the beans, it goes. It moves 340 horsepower, 370 torque. I mean, yeah, it's a large car. It's a 3-row SUV, but it's really comfortable. And it feels, I know it's crazy. Some reviewers say, oh, it feels like a Miata. Well, it does. It's tight. It feels smaller, much smaller than what it actually is. So I would say you can definitely see the genealogy between the Miata and then the CX-90. So it's definitely within the same family.
Let's try on the sport mode.
Yeah,
the Me
let's
Drive.
put that. Okay, let's put the sport mode. Okay, and we're gonna floor it. Oh yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Very, very nice. Yeah.
It's got that low end rumble.
Yeah, it's got a rumble and it's got a smoothness, right? That 6-cylinder straight line inline 6, it's smooth. The car doesn't vibrate. It's really, really nice. Good job, Mazda. Good job. So I'm here in in my Audi SQ5, which happens to have the same horsepower and torque as that new CX-90. I'm so impressed with that. I know I just keep on saying that because I truly am impressed with that CX-90. It's a great vehicle. I recommend go take a look at it. It's a great car. Love the interior. Love the way it looks. Even the way it drives. I have to tell you, I'm in an SQ5. An SQ5 is a sports truck, right? And that CX-90 had a stiffer steering. Felt stiffer. This is more floaty, and I have a sport suspension here that I could. I have adjustable sport suspension and everything, and even on my hardest adjustment with the steering wheel at the hardest adjustment, that CX-90 actually feels sportier. It's so crazy. This SQ5 feels faster. So when I floor it, it definitely moves a bit faster. That's my impression. I'm not sure about weight-wise. I'm sure they probably weigh about the same thing. But this just feels more athletic, or more like a ballerina on her tippy toes. That's kind of what I feel with the SQ5. But the CX-90, Mazda, you guys did an incredible job. It definitely competes with the German competition. I have to tell you, I love that fit and finish, that interior. It's beautiful. So I highly recommend it. It's great. So good job, Mazda. And thank you to Arnaud at Mazda Gabriel on St. Jacques Street here in Quebec, because the language here in Quebec is French. So it's actually Saint Jacques Street, Jacques spelled the French way. And they're a great little Mazda dealership. really give great service. I've always serviced my vehicles there. I've always owned a Miata, loved the Miata, best rear-wheel drive two-door roadster little sports car you can ever get for the money. And then of course I'm an Audi loyalist. I love Audi. I've always had Audis. I've had BMWs as well, but Audis, they're very special in my heart. So thank you again, Arnaud, for letting me test drive, letting me be one of the first to test drive that CX-90. And just so you guys know, I am putting in an order on a plug-in hybrid version for my wife, for the family. So we're still a few months away from the plug-in hybrid coming in. Not sure if we're going to go for the GT model, which is the 7-passenger version, or we'll wait for the CX-90. CX-90 is a great option too. Plug-in hybrid would be perfect for my wife, and we use it as a family car. Anyways, cheers and have a great rest of your day.